comfortable run, taking its own sweet time. When there's ever gonna move, portfolios are dripping red tonight. Feeling out our stormy in our minds. They say that buying red days can make us millionaires. One bullet cross is all we need. Sometimes trading this market ain't always what it claims to be. Well, Bitcoin, I'll hodl you. I'll forever DCA into you. I'll forever hodl you, Bitcoin.
I wait for someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think for the people that best if I back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you think for the people that best if I back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm staying fake, I don't believe the panic's rising up in you. Won't you tell me something new? Don't you think for the people that best if I back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you think for the people that best if I back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think for the people that best if I back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you think for the people that best if I back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Won't you tell me something new?
Kriya's Road Dogg identifies as a turkey these days. I think them liberals got to him. Just wanted to warn you. He don't look like some voodoo doll anymore. He looks more like a turkey. He looks like Danner is what he looks like. I don't ever tell him that. He takes it the wrong way.
Just last week you called me. The way you're talking is driving me insane. Hello,
I had the microphone off. Grizz? Hey, good to see you, buddy. Road Dog be here in a minute, but I just wanted to warn you. These days he identifies as a turkey. I think them liberals got to him. I don't know. He's not a voodoo doll anymore, but he looks more like dinner. Don't tell him that. He'll take it the wrong way, though. He's a little bit... He gets a little shaky whenever he sees silverware. Oh, well, here he comes. Let me get up his chair. Oh, hell, yeah, I left it. It's wet. It's from sweat, though. His chair makes me sweat. So we all set up, Sean? We good to go? Check, 1 2 1 2. Oh, man, the seat's wet, Sean. Gosh. I promised I didn't pee on it again. That's just my back sweat. Jeez, Sean, come on, man. You know we got those plastic chair covers we bought from you off of Amazon. You're supposed to put them over the chair before you sit in my chair, or use your chair. Oh, you're such a stickler. Just man up. I'm sorry, just turkey up. That's better. All right. Are we ready? How my feathers look? You ain't got no feathers. Not in this market. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody forgot to turn the lights on. Let's get this party started.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to the Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. So glad to have you here. Let me get my little tablet set up here because it seems to be behind for some reason. I think when you watch those commercials, it just puts you behind on everything, huh? All right. Oh, come on. There we go. Now I can see the chat here. There's never a dry seat in the house when Road Dog shows up. I know. It's weird. It's like this. I don't know. He's got some kind of sweat problem. I know he's peed on this chair before.
Hey, Sean.
He didn't have his headphones on. Couldn't hear me. All right, so here we are watching Bitcoin. I got the 2-hour chart pulled up because the smaller time frames will just freak you out if we start out there. We got a Fibonacci pulled from this low to this high. We're on the 886 steep retracement here on the 2-hour. And as life would have it, and never fails, Miss Lucy's just sitting right there, just waiting for price to come down. Talk to her. Usually does. That's a red line here. It's the 666 moving average, and I always feel weird talking about it, but price does respect it on all the time frames. It has something happens there, and I like them. It's really close to the 800 moving average below it. Now, here's what I like about this, and this on several different time frames. Our bigger moving averages is 800. The 666 and this 360 that I use, and look how they got that candle close. 360 price respects it too. But I added these 3 extra, and they help me really navigate momentum and everything. And a lot of times, when they're in this order, we rarely go below them, or if we do, we just kind of wick down but bounce back, kind of like what we did here. But this one was sandwiched in between. We've got a good chance now, since we've already dipped below them before. That we'll probably just come and talk to Lucy if we can't seem to hold this area that we're at now. It seems like we lost it a little bit. We may be trying to bounce there, but Lucy's just a little bit lower, about 99,280. We're sitting at 99,586. My target there is 99,561 on this particular chart here, and the whole market is freaking out. And it doesn't help that there's a little bit of FUD for the legacy market come Monday and Tuesday, trying to figure out, well, this tariff stuff's going to mess us up. You know, everybody, it's a great time for the whales and market makers here, there, and everywhere that they play around in to take advantage of that. And I just wonder what this week is going to be like. But I think we're going to have a happy ending from what I can still see on the bigger time frames. And let's go check out these bigger time frames, if you don't mind. Let's go check out that monthly candle that we were just looking at last night because she's in the red now. Oh, lordy. Let's get on the well, I'm trying to get on the time frame that I'm not really messed up too bad here with. Here's one. This is clear. Hey, we got a clear one, John. Look. So we wicked up to 109. We started right here and just started coming down. Went up just a hair, but coming down, and that's okay. We can do that. Now, I just want to remind you that we're above the 9 moving average here on the daily. I mean, look at our moving averages here, or the week. No, the monthly. I'm sorry, on the monthly, we're above 50, 21, 9. Now we are very much above the 9, and a lot of times, like some people say with the 21. I mean, we could add another one in here just to kind of let's do that. We can add another. Oh crap! Did I do that? I just erased you. Let me put you back. Let's add another one here. I want to go with a 3, and I'm pretty sure we probably already broke a 3. We forgot to turn that one on. We're above the 3. Why are we bearish? We're above the 3 moving average. I mean, the 9's the one that I watch. I mean, the 3's too tight to watch even on the bigger time frames to track the trend and everything. But we're above the 3 moving average. Yeah, on the monthly. It's at 98.65. Might we come and touch it? We might come and touch it. Yeah, might go below it a little bit, but it can hold us. We might wick below it, but it's been holding us. We wicked below it last time, recovered, and that's a kind of a cool sign. I'm gonna come over here to let me put my candles on. Now, my candles, we're above it, but we're still fighting with it. We're not safely above it. So still struggling with it, but look what happened back here on the monthly. The 3 moving average came down to the 9 and then ricocheted off of it. Oh my goodness, isn't that just juicy? Why don't you use the 3 on everything else? Because it's too close, man. It's just right there in the middle of price action. It's too little. Or I would use it. Why don't you throw a 5 on there? You could throw a 5 on there. Why don't we throw a 5 on there? What's it going to prove? I don't know, just to see what a 5 looks like. Gosh darn it, man. Come on. How do you can't do black, man. You can't do black. No, you're oh yeah, I'm not using you. We'll throw a 5er on there. She's going to be a white line. White lines don't do it. Go back here on the monthly. Look at the 5. The 5 moving average is coming in at 89,000. That would suck. Let's don't do it. Candle on the monthly that we got on my Hakanashi are blue. 99,495 for Bitcoin. Fucks the BU right now, Bitcoin. Now, let's take a look at this here on the weekly. We just added some moving averages, right? This is the weekly. We already wicked down here already on our new little weekly candle here. What, 97? Or was that the past week? Tonight's that. We should have a new candle out. Am I not confused? Is that tomorrow? Sorry, tomorrow. We get our new weekly candle tomorrow. Look, the 5 has crossed the 9. Now, yeah, I don't ever use the 5, but the same principles apply. You get a smaller moving average crossing over a big one. Bullish! I will still maintain that this weekend is yet another flush out to try to scare us into capitulating, and some people are. Some other YouTubers I've heard were thinking about capitulation right after they told other people, don't worry, don't think, you don't have to capitulate. But then they started talking about at the. That's just, it's entertaining. We're dropping. I'm looking at our candle bodies and our price action right here on this line right here. We dipped below it, but we wicked back up throughout this week. Let's take a look on the how about the 3-day chart? Where's our 5s and our 9s here? 3 crossed over the 5, and then that's why we're getting a little bit of testy on the 9 and the 21. Okay. Oh, I see the work that you're doing there on the weekly. Trying to test that 21 moving average, can bounce off of that little sucker. Next one down would be the 50, but the 50's not showing up on the 3-day because I got it on, right? Yeah, of course, right? Oh, the 50's way down here. The 50 is 83,000. We need to bounce off that 21. Losing the 21 would not be a healthy sign, but if we wick below it, would be all right because look. 21, 9, 5 moving average, all in sequential order. The only one that's messing us up is this little 3 guy that decided to cross over bearish, but she can flip. We see that with the 9 and the 21 all the time on an even smaller time frame. Same thing applies here. It's just on a bigger scale. In my personal opinion, you know, I think we were talking earlier about what the Ichimoku clown was saying. It would be shaky during this time. It will be shaky during this time. We got red patch, green patch. Chop city. I bet our MACD even looks choppy. Do you? Maybe you don't. Oh, that's not the MACD. Come on, MACD. Where you at? Come on, girl. Stop hiding. Stop playing. Nope, she's pretty strong, like she wants to go down. Sorry. I'm just saying, I got to tell the way she is. But we're finding support. We've wicked off the 50. That's a good sign. We're finding temporary support. Can that support hold is the question we need to ask. As long as the 9 is above the 21, we got hope. And the longer we stay below here and don't start popping back up there, we got a chance of losing it. I can say that. Let me get those moving averages off of here because they're starting to get on my nerves. They're too small for me to use, so I'll keep them on there for future reference. The 3 and 5 we added on there and just now took them off. So here we are back on the daily. Now here's just something interesting. Stochastics are buried down here. They're buried. Now they can stay that way and go sideways for our price keeps coming down, so don't get it twisted. We're not seeing any sign here on the daily that we're getting ready to just bust to the upside. It's not here yet. There's no rounding of the momentum wave like we're seeing here. There's no little sharp point here rounding off there. Not yet. We might get it. This one, the VWAP, volume weighted average price, is a little bit lower. She took a lower low in there. So the stochastics, but money flow dip. I mean, we got various signs there, and there are rejected off the signal line here on the RSI. We got a little elevation here on that. We do on that, but here not so much. This candle is not closed. This is a daily candle, so it's imperative that we wait for that candle close to actually kind of make her call on this. But it looks like no. Did I misread that? I did. I thought I saw some bullish divergence there, but it is not. They're both going in the same direction there from those touches. Well, thought I had a little bit of hopium to share there, but we don't. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Do you think we're going to dump? I tell you what. Let's take a little poll. Let's take a poll. That's the cool thing to do here on YouTube now. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. We drop into a new low. Yes or no? Are we going to make a lower low than we had over here? Or even just coming down to it or making a lower one? That was 89. I was really looking for this. Well, I was really looking for this one at 97. But I don't know. This would be a lower low. Do you think we're going to go past that? 89,000? Do you think? You think? All right. So we're looking at it on the daily, and there's some hopeful here. There's some hope for some sideways. It's not. I don't see it being very impressive over the next quite few days. It might come back up here to 103. I'm hoping that it does. I've got an average entry on one of my trades up there, so it's hurting right now. Well, where are we at now? I wanted to go to the 4-hour. 4-hour chart, also found in support. Now, it was the 50 moving average on, I believe it was the daily. It's our 360 moving average here on the 4-hour. And here's what's bullish about it. The 200 had crossed it way back here right before we got our pump. Now, we lost it. We wicked down below it, so technically we're bears, but we haven't closed a candle below it on here, so not really. We're just watching it. Watching it. This line is kind of irrelevant now, I believe. It might have some weight on the smaller time frame, but it doesn't have any weight here. So we're waiting to see if we're getting a bounce because there's some signs here. I mean, stochastics are down at 30. Great place for them to bounce back up. We got our 21 moving average hanging at 103,000. We come back up. We either get rejected off our 9 or we reclaim our 9. Our 9 moving average is sitting at 102. We are far beyond it. We can probably flip on those other moving averages just to see where we are. What were you? You were the 3 and the 5. Where the hell are you guys? You're right up here. Coming back above 100,000, I can see that happening. I can see 101.5 happening too. Those 3 and 5 moving averages that we can snap back up there. They're that tiny. They're that tiny. It's just scary right now because I don't know if you look on the 1 minute. Oh my gosh! Look how far we've come down. Look how far we've come down. And it is scary. It's not fun watching portfolios go down or balances go down. It sucks. It does suck. She folded a 1618 right there. That definitely needs to be a bottom. It doesn't have to. There's some lower targets, but usually the run of the mill is the 1618 at the very most. Usually, we got other targets though. Don't get it twisted. No. But a good possible chance to bottom out here. This is 886 Fibonacci on the bigger pulls and everything. So just double checking here, see if we got a little confluence, and we do. So small term time frame, 1 minute, 6 minute, and all those, we've got a good chance to be coming back up to at least retest the trend lines. So might we be coming back up to 101,000? I think so. We'll see if it happens. Hopefully it might happen on the stream. Ichimoku Clouds. We're on the 1 minute. We're on the 1 minute. Look, shoulder, head and shoulder. We might be possibly making a bottom pattern. That's what we hope to see. That'd be fine. If he wants to make a little head and shoulders down there on the little 1 minute, we'll take that. We'll take that. But she hasn't done it yet, so we ain't calling it. She's above the 9. That's good. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we won't. Ichimoku Cloud says, I think we can. I don't like this 200 and 360 looking like they're wanting to cross bearish, man. Even if we do come back up, we could roll over, so we got to keep those in mind. So that's where I'd probably pull out my Fibonacci's and get those areas, because we gotta pass certain areas. What we did on the last one is that we went up to the 382, and then that's what this was, and then we lost it and rolled down to the 1618er, and that kind of suckies. That's suckies. We don't want to do that again, because look at the shoulder, head and shoulder to the upside, and it did, and then it rolled over. Because when you zoom, you see we got this opening broadening pattern here, even on the 1 minute. If you zoom out, stop pinching those tips. You can even zoom out further. I'd advise you to zoom out on other places. So here's the idea. We're in this little channel that we lost and need to break back into. And will we? I hope that we do. Perhaps if we do make an inverted head and shoulders pattern here on this tiny time frame, that it will be enough to get us up. Remember, we are on a bottom area, bottom fib, catch support. But again, it is the 1 minute time frame. It's not going to help us out much in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour from now. It's not going to mean very much. 6 minute time frame that I normally look at when I'm looking at something smaller. Just it's a fraction, a division of 60 minutes. It's nothing mystical or anything like that. One thing that I do like to do, now that we are zooming out, and not trying to just go in on the very bottoms here, is I do like to play with the angles. Because a lot of times they can tell you something there. Oh, I didn't get you right, did I? You're slipping. And that's where the 21. So it'd be either we're going to come up and retest, or we're either going to roll over, come up, roll over, or we get back into the pattern, the little local pattern there. It's scary. It's scary, and altcoins are not making us feel any better whatsoever, are they? She's coming down and flirting with this line again, looking like she was wanting to hold it. like you're wanting to hold it, but now they playing with our emotions one more time. Bitcoin dominance is going up. People getting scared, trying to think, well, Bitcoin's cheap. Maybe we're moving the Bitcoin. Not everybody, but enough people. Dollar index is fine support. That sucks. That's not going to be helpful. That is not going to be helpful for the dollar to find support and start going up. She can come up here and double top. Maybe she'll have time to do. That's a daily chart. Well, hell, there we go on that. Usually we do better when the dollar is not being strong, when she starts being weak. And she just lost a channel. She's got a good chance to start working her way down, but it looks like it's going to be later in the week before we start seeing that. Let me come over and say hello to everybody in the chat. How's it going, everybody? Are you scared poopless? Let's check out our poll here. Are we dropping to a new low? 79% of you say yes. 21% say no. Well, that's interesting. Just a little, a general rule, just a rule of thumb. But if enough people really seem to think that, kind of like a lot of people were calling for $77,000 in the last couple of weeks, that should have been played out by now. Gosh, it would suck if it was played out a few days late, wouldn't it? But a lot of people calling for it back then. You see that the more people they get bearish and bearish, that those situations don't happen. So that's just something to throw out there too. Not saying that you're wrong or right or wrong or anything like that, but that's just a funny thing about the market. If enough people go in one way, everybody thinks it's all going to go up. Well, it usually doesn't. So if that whatever the herd says is usually not right. So it's kind of helpful to do these polls, just get sentiment. So we don't know what it's going to do, but the signs that I've seen on the bigger time frames say that it's probably just a flush out, another flush out, like they all have been, haven't they? It's not time for us to go into a bear market. It's not. It's right now time for Bitcoin to be squeezed like a MFer, because of all the demand that's going to be coming from all the nation states, and all the big money is looking at Bitcoin. It's playing a big part in the global economy now. And we just need a little regulation, a little, some guidelines and whatnot, maybe some tax breaks. Oh man. Tax breaks. How about no tax on Bitcoin? No tax on Bitcoin. Let me see what you guys say. There's Bug Pick. Let me say shout out and say hello to everybody. We got Jason, we got Sin, Chris Klein, Floki's Angels, Duality Crypto, Grizzoso. Good to see you, Grizz. How's it going, Grizz? I got you, buddy. Oh, right there. Oh, we still got Lucy on the line, don't we? That little devil girl, she can't ever go away. Scare her off there, Grizz. Get that devil girl out of here. How's it going, Grizz? We got Antonio Us. How's it going, Antonio? How you been? Ali Medina. Antonio says, I had to find that song on YouTube. It's on the playlist now. The introduction song. Oh yeah, I like that one. That was tough. That's why it's sticking around there. It's just almost perfect. Yeah, it's very catchy. I forgot to change the second one. Reminds me when Joey got a turkey stuck on his head. We got King Hell. Julian. How's it going, Julian? Tony Grime. Hey, welcome to stream. Dogecoin to the moon. Bugpick says, I ain't feeling too good. I'm going to force myself to buy one chain link, though. In the past, I'd start cutting stuff. It can make us feel that way. It can. Army Piper. How's it going, Mr. Piper? Glad to have you here. We got Kelly L. We got Sin. Trade Intuition sent me here. Oh, Joe sent you. And there's Joe. Just finished up your stream. I was watching your stream before I came on. I should be shorting everything. Well, the thing is, now we're at support. It's not the smartest place to start shorting. We're at possible support. We say it that way. Possible support. We say possibles. We don't try to call things too early around here because, well, that gets you hurt a lot of times when you call things too early. Aubrey Piper says, I ain't scared. It's almost 500,000 off weeks ago. Let it go where it goes. Wars are coming. Very much. That's what the most people are being afraid of, how the effects of the tariff markets are, or what the effects will have. Ultimately, I think it's going to have very beneficial effects. I'm very excited about it, but getting it in the process of getting it implicated, we can see some turbulence in our markets. That might be the reasons for our retracements in the future. Tramby, welcome to the stream. Got 36 people hanging out with the turkey doing crypto. Hey, glad to have you guys here. Joe says, Sam sold half my position, cast out $7 balance, is still 14. Let's go alt season. Oh, you're talking about a couple of weeks ago? I did like, did I do what, 25%? I think I did 25% a couple of weeks ago when we were starting to look a little rough, and help me balance my stuff out. That's how I'm being able to ride this stuff a lot better. I do spot margin, by the way, so it's a little different from swing trading, a little different approach, longer term. No stop losses. It's a bigger play, but you manage your risk and up and downs and stuff. It's a little different, but it's fun. Although it's not been fun for altcoins, because altcoins have just sucked. They've just sucked. If it wasn't for me having the majority of it in Bitcoin, it would not have been fun at all. Can we check out Solana? I sure can. Let me go ahead and throw our little request into the chat. We'll start doing our TA. There we go. We'll bring out the trend line magic, bring out the Fibonacci magic. We'll bring it all out. Chilling with the dog on the Saturday night. Also flipping back and forth with Piano Matty B. He's doing his show. Has he already started? I like Piano Matty B. I like to check him out. He does his little, he plays live, him and his, is it Kyle? I don't know, there's a couple of people who play with him, but they don't do TA or anything, but they have a live show where they're playing pianos in the bar, and it's got the little Bitcoin price and everything. I don't know, it's cool. I like Matty B. He's one of my favorites. He's actually a little bit of influence for, all this too. In the videos I used to do, he had a lot of influence on all the little stuff that I've got. Jack Edwin, how's it going? I like the teddy bear. Yeah, she comes out when he's bearish. Got the zombies out. Still got the banana. We're waiting for that banana zone to come. Bro, that's exactly how I trade. On the spot margin is awesome. Not many of us out there. Let it drop, I'll gobble up. That's what I'm waiting on. I got my mine are on the way down. I'm pyramid. I like to pyramid into these little things. I'm just trying to figure out how low is she going to go? How low will she go? Well, Bitcoin, again, we got the bigger moving averages up here, and now we dropped down to the 800 on the 2 hour. So Lucy kind of lost it. We can expect that. I still maintain the bigger moving averages are still good, although the smaller ones are sucking. They flipped. The ribbon has flipped, and that's something to be concerned about even on this time frame. It's happened on the smaller ones. So we may very well come down and make a lower low. It's on the table. So what would that lower low be, people? What would it be? Well, there's a couple of ways that we can figure this out. We can zoom out. It's always a good choice, is to zoom out. We may even have to zoom out a little more. We don't have to worry about time frames when it's coming to the fibs, but we did drop lower. Here we are. Man, you just look like you could hold, though. It looks like you should hold. It looks like you got a good chance to hold. You're at the 0.5. You almost had your 618 over here. Okay, but we do have a series of lower highs, so that's concerning. The good thing is that I do like, and what I want to stress, that kind of gives me a little bit of, a little bit of, what's the word? Comfort, if you will. 39 people. Glad to have you here. 41 people. Oh my God. That's a new record for the. That's a new record. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. That's awesome. Hanging out with the turkey. All right, so we made a higher high than what we had over here, right? We made a new all-time high for Bitcoin. A new all-time high. Does this mean that's the top? I'm sure they would love us to think that. But we not even made a 618 Fibonacci retracement, and at this point in the market, I'm not really looking for them as much on the bigger moves. I'm really not. I'm looking for 382s and 0.5s on my Fibonacci, because we're in that trend where we're going to start seeing bounces, and bounces off the 382s are awesome. We've seen that. We're really in an uptrend. That's what we're looking for. So we're zoning out, and in all truth, I still view this as a range. This is consolidation where all these moving averages are coming up and starting to wrap around each other. this is consolidation. You'll see that on these smaller time frames. You don't usually see it as much involving these bigger moving averages on these bigger time frames. So, you know, we're going through the little, they're playing, my personal opinion, they're playing the games with us. They love to play those games. We can use the fixed range volume profile over here real quick and see what she says. And this one's a pretty damn good, a darn good indicator. It really is. And I've been very impressed with it. Suggested maybe 91, and that would be coming up about an 886 retracement from this low over here. Wow, that's an interesting thing to think about. Point of control is right here. Now we could come down here and bounce and just start working back up to the higher 103 area. We'll label that little guy too. He's the same color as one that I use for my fibs, so I need to find a way to do this with. Won't confuse me, so I think if we do a dashed line, I'll be all right there. Lock that little in. And this is the color of my measure move, so I'm gonna have to do something different there. Let's go with the dashed line there. So we can keep these ideas up there in the background on this idea. So this tells us that we could be coming to 96. Okay, okay. We're gonna figure out from the low, from our lower low to our higher high. And crazy how that worked out is like it was the spring, and a lot of people are looking at the spring, and it could be, should have been the spring. It might have been. I hope it is. I hope we just come back, find a higher low, and go on our merry way. We made a higher high, could make a higher low, and be on a merry way. That's where what I'm looking for. I think February is going to turn out to be a good month. It has been historically. I'm not going to yet take you back on my weekly or my daily chart back 4 years ago where they were faking us out this time of the month before they rocked our worlds. I still remember some of the YouTubers back there calling for $3,000 Bitcoin, $10,000 Bitcoin, and they kept calling for $9,000 or $10,000 Bitcoin for the whole ride up. I don't. It was one of the first people I started watching for pattern trading, and he just went full bear. I don't know, and never came back. Once you go full bear, you never come back. And that's just what I found. What the hell? Why are we drawing you? Why are we drawing you? I get crazy and start drawing lines everywhere. All right, so 618 is also there at the point of control. I find that and look, oh man, the 886 is down here where our just the fixed volume range, does it operate off of Fibonacci? Because I find that it lines up a lot of times, not exact every time, but it is lining up here. And 886 retracement, man, that's your steep ass retracement. So great place to bounce. Also consider the possibility, we gotta change that to a solid line there. Also consider the possibility that you could come back down and you could double bottom down here at 89. We could revisit that, but that's doable. That would be us dropping below our bigger moving averages here on this time frame. That would be a little scary to see that, but we'll throw that on the radar and look for it. Yeah, we'll keep that idea. And really all we can do right now is just watch and see if we do start finding any place where it catches. And right now is, even the smaller time frames, not saying this 1 and 2. So right now we do appear to be heading toward maybe 97. And our altcoins with total 3 and all that goodness also taking a bit of a nosedive here. We seem to be at, is this a trend line or is that a 618? Let's zoom out on this one. This represents our altcoins right here, total 3. And we've got a trend line here that can hold. It's not the best one because it's on a bigger time frame. These were just wicks and we put it to candle bodies. On this one, it doesn't look all that great, but I think on the daily, and that's where we're holding. So we're looking for these guys to hold if possible. Maybe it wasn't the daily, but she could lose it. And I'm still sticking with, I do think alts should pick up streaming during the first 10 days of February. More starting around I was thinking the 4th, the 3rd, the 4th, somewhere through there is what the charts were telling me earlier. That's where I remember. And we'll just have to see if that plays out or not. This chart is looking, I've got a lot too much stuff. It's strong moves, too early to tell right now. All right, so let's go back to the chat here and let's see what you guys are talking about. Ando Pancho says, thank you for the super chat, my man. Thank you very much. Arrow, please, when you get a chance. Yeah, I got Arrow. Yeah, got a super chat. And I like to do those really quick. That way I don't miss them. Let's check out Arrow. Also getting a little drop. We'll start out with the 4-hour time frame here. Oh, these were from way back in the day here. All right, so this is old stuff that I've got. Nice. Now that we're on KuCoin, right? KuCoin should have a pretty good price action on this. I'm just wondering what happened before because I can't see how price rose in. There's a possibility that it could be a cup and handle, or it could be a double bottom. I don't really like so much the pointiness when it comes to a cup and handle idea. And you went too low for me to consider a cup and handle. You went too low. You went below my guideline, so I don't consider you a cup and handle. So sorry. Lots of people will. I'm sure lots of people will take you up on that. What you can do is consider it for a freaking channel, though. Because you got that. You definitely got the channel idea. Following our trend lines here, we see that we broke that little guy. Since there's no pattern other than a possible falling wedge, it seems to be curving around here with these moving averages, the 100 above the 200. That's good. Big, thick Ichimoku cloud wanted to swallow us up if we ever get a chance. This looks like it may be just a little bit lower than the 618 Fibonacci, where we have 786. Nice, beautiful. Double tap the 786 Fibonacci. Love that. That's usually a good sign right there. We got a good chance of holding that little sucker. May drop down to the 886 if things get bearish on us. They're trying, but we can still recover from here. Might come down and almost touch it one more time, or touch it one more time. But that's a good one to retrace from. If we are bottoming out here, we got some pretty good price targets to go with. Whereas we can get our local target somewhere about 202. We can get a bounce there. I would rather see a bigger bounce before I start going for the bigger targets there, but we got our 7-8. So I'm looking for 233 and 270, as well as 202. And once we get out of this, now what we do here, or what I do here, still waiting for the confirmation, but I'm going to go ahead and put my trend line here. I do not want that to break. And I'm taking it from candle bodies over here, and I'm putting it basically to the candle bodies here. And we do tap that wick. Actually, I think if I put it, I got a little above my candle body there, and I bet it'll tap that wick just perfect. Yep, it usually does. It usually does. If you take care and do them, you'll see them line up the way they're supposed to. Oh no! Bodies, the bodies, and tap that wick. So this should be a strong area of support here. And I know the moving average, smaller moving average has crossed over to 200, but the bigger ones haven't. So the small ones don't count as much as the big ones. Okay, they don't. I don't like the 50 crossing to 100. We can still come up and range through this area, probably make some kind of bottoming pattern here. Adam and Eve, whatever. There's so many bottoming patterns. Well, the double bottoms or triple bottom patterns is usually what you're looking for. In a nutshell, that's the easiest way I can say it. We could look for a channel idea, but I also like this megaphone pattern idea that we seem to be respecting here. And that can lead to a lot of upside. These guys have been kind of fun to play. Well, I do this a lot, and amazingly, they can hit those targets. Maybe a little too presumptuous right now, so we'll give the market some time to figure things out before we start making any crazy calls here. But I do find that this does look like it could hold for support, and that's good. Let's come down to the 4 hour just to kind of check what's going on here. 800, 600, 300 moving averages still in good order. So there's a chance we can come right back up there. There is. If they're in that good order, they can bring us right back up there to 140, 136, somewhere through there. But for the short term, it's looking rough. I'm going to be honest with you. It's wanting to be rough. I'd like to put my fib here and see where we got bounced off of. We didn't quite make the 618. You did a 786, didn't you? If we do lose ground, if something crazy happens, then I would be looking for 70 cents. But until then, until we lose this main trend line here that we just newly established, I wouldn't be as concerned about it just yet. We are starting to show some slight roundingness going on here. some slight curvature, and that's a good indication that we're trying to find some support. And it may not be perfect support, but it should be right in this area is what I'm looking for. Arrow's at a good price at $1, could get a little better. She was recently up at $2.35. Just looking at, wow, they are really trying to beat us up this weekend. Saturday night probably will continue tomorrow. I don't know if we'll get a little relief rally and then they'll just pick it up. I don't know. I don't know what it will look like Monday because everybody's in the Wall Street's freaking out about tariffs and don't know how to react to that. Hey, Sam's a member for 12 months. Yay! It's our anniversary, dog. To the upside with you. Hey, thanks, Sam. Congratulations. You've been with me a whole year, my man. I appreciate that. Chief and Chief. Cheers, brothers. Hey. How's it going, my man? Glad to have you guys here. Joe says, remember to smash the like. Thank you, Joe, for that.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you.
Doug says he's loading up on Zen and Zen on Ethereum. X1 blockchain launching soon will burn a massive amount of supply. I'll take 2 cookies, mate. Somebody's got some cookies? All right, let me come up, Grizz Bear. All right, so let's see. Where'd my little thing go? I put my marker out, did I? I thought I put my marker out. Are you not working again? That thing may not be working. Billy Bong Thornton. Man, I love that name. That's awesome. Buy the top and sell the bottom. A lot of people do. A lot of people doing it right now. That's sad. That's not helping us maintain our prices either. But I mean, people got to do what they do, and it may be right for them. It may be the smart choice for them. It may just be out of fear. All right, we took a look at Arrow for the super chat. Make another list here. We got Avalanche, Cardano. We got Link, XRP, Caspa. We've also got Ping. Was it Redo? From King Hell. Floki's Angel says Bonk. Y'all give me a full list here. Tether's at $1. Hopefully. Solana. And IMX, Mutable X. Dylan VA. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Or stopping by. Can you chart VVV? Sure can. As long as I can still read my writing. I'm getting sloppier when I write now. Coinbase's recent only AI coin by founder Eric Voorhees. Oh, really? I didn't know Eric was behind that. I like Eric Voorhees. He's cool. Everyone, thank you for rating my buddy's stream. Really like hanging out there every night around 10:30. Hey, thank you, Joe, for mentioning it to them people. We got 41 people still here, so some of them still staying. You don't have to feel obligated to stay. I'm not for everybody, I know. I do things a little bit different, but I think you can learn some things, you know. You can learn a few things. Just depending on what level you're at. Like Joe, we just like to get this stuff out for free. I don't know. It's my passion. My wife won't talk to me about crypto. Nobody else will talk to me about crypto. I just got you guys. You're the only guy talking about crypto. You're my family. Here it says I've been mining since 2022, maybe 2021. I've not been mining since around then. I've been moving and I haven't got my miner set. I've been mining Caspa. But my goal was to set up a little Bitcoin mining farm, but that's not yet matured or manifested yet. What the hell's going on with crypto? They trying to take it from us. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to pry it out of your cold dying hands. How long you been with Pi? You think it'd actually be worth anything? I'm not with Pi. You must be talking to somebody else, I think, probably. I think I interrupted a conversation there. All right, so here we go. Baba Yaz, how's it going, Baba Yaz? You're saying Ondo? All right, so we need to speed this up. I'll try to go through these as quick and not get too far on because they're going down. We'll be looking for support areas mostly, I'm sure, rather than trying to find those cool targets. And Solana, XRP. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go get into the charts. I'm going to we'll go to the daily so we can get a better feel on how things are. All right, let's take a look at PNG. That's Pangolin, right? Mixie's got you over here. She's down at the Lucy line on the daily. We're at areas where we could definitely find support. Have before, should now. It's a strong area for support on the daily. See what else we got here. You do have indicators. You got the red dot on market cipher, but don't feel bad. You had red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot before. You've also got on market cipher, let's point this out, you got snake eyes. You also got this green dot down here, and that means bullish divergence on the daily. However, you still have stochastics coming down and money flow coming down. So, she may. Touching the 666 moving at the red line right here would be basically touching bottom from what we had over here. Just coming back completely to the bottom. Just we get our angles for the channel that we're in because we're in the channel. She's got a strong possibility to find support here. She may go down. If she goes down for a lower low, let's figure out what that would be. You go 618. And we got a 618 there too. Oh, I could have just held you. Let's keep you up. Alrighty. If worse comes to worse. That's just from that pool then. You're at a good area. You're at a great area to bottom right here. All right, so for PNG, we did this on the daily, and I think these will be probably your most accurate ones. But I want to see if this area right here will hold at 18.5. If it doesn't, well, then, yeah, it could get kind of hairy. It could get kind of hairy. And you could see this area down here. Oh, my God, that's in the negative territory. You can't possibly go down there. I'll take that one off the board. The next area that would be falling, in my personal opinion, would be down here at 6 cents. That would be around our channel. That's also a negative 272 Fibonacci area. Lower low if we're going to go lower than this little wick that we had over here at 14 cents. But I am looking for 18 to try to hold. Listen, the flush out is more than likely tonight, tomorrow, maybe even into part of Monday. But look at this. What do we got? Oh, no. She's trying to do duck lips, reverse duck lips, go to the downside. Well, she could bottom down here too. So we got to just be diligent and keep our eyes on there. There's no solid signal right now telling us that we are at a point to reverse, but we got signs saying that we're nearing bottom. On the daily, our RSI is at 25. I mean, either we're setting up for some kind of black swan event that's just going to take us down, and maybe that analyst will be right, and maybe we will hit 77. He's just off a few days. Could be something like that. I don't want to. I'm not trying to entertain that thought, but I will keep my eyes out for any signs that may suggest that we are starting to go down there. But this is a little concerning that we've been losing some major trend lines here, and might even be looking at a bearish retest, either a bearish retest or a bear trap. I am hoping and also watching for possible bear traps to happen this weekend. And why? Because it happens a lot on the weekends. They try to freak us out, get us scared because there's low volume on the weekends. The whales come in, they play their games, get everybody scared. They capitulate, and then as soon as they capitulate, they start seeing numbers start heading back up. It's wash, rinse, and repeat. It works so effectively well that they do that pretty much almost most weekends. Run us up early, get us excited. We start chasing green candles, and then the weekend comes. They either run us up and they'll play a game on us. If they're running us up, they're going to dump us down. If they're dumping us down as we go into the weekend, sometimes you see they'll pump us up on the weekend. They're here just to mess with us, and then dump us early next week because they got you excited, got all the weekend players buying on those weekends so they can dump on them during the week. It's the market makers, the whales, the composite man, however you want to look at the opposition that we're playing against. I mean, they have a way that they operate. Whether it's algorithms or somebody behind there pushing the buttons, it's just the way that the markets have always worked. They've always been doing this, especially since I got market makers. All right, let's take a look at Redo. Resistance dog. Are you at resistance dog? You need to find some resistance dog. You feel me? You feel me? Find it. I'm going to say she's trying to find it right there. I'm going to have to pull a little fib magic here. And I can't trust that candle. I don't trust those first candles that we show on exchanges when things get listed. But it seems to okay, we got some respect there though. Okay. I'll mess with you. And you're coming, yeah. Perfect. Perfecto. What color you saw? Look at you in two different ways there. All right, so we are at a place where we could be bottoming out over here. It is giving us a little. She has given us the red dot a couple of days ago. Stochastics are still coming down, and that kind of sucks. But I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at them. I mean, you could be bouncing off these areas. You might be doing that rather than it coming all the way down. So let's look for those ideas. It happens. It happens a lot. You know, you coming down, going expecting to come to the bottom, but it bounces. Well, that was rejection. That kind of sucks. How far are you coming down? You said you weren't going to do this, Road Dog. I can't help it. I've always got to be analyzing these things. Well, if you're a respecter of angles, maybe we'll get something here. Making a higher low, hopefully here on the wavetable, momentum wave. So this is the daily. We'll come down to the 4 hour really quick, see what we got. We're still below the 9 moving average, so we're still going to talk crap about it. What I do like is this scallop shape that's rounding here on the bottom. I like that. They can come down. They can come down even lower, a little bit lower, but still bounce off something like that. Do almost like a V-shaped recovery from here, and maybe we will get that. Let's keep our eyes open for that. However, gosh darn it, man. Here on the 4 hour, 800, 600, 300, they're all flipped. They flipped bearish a long time ago. Here's what I'm looking for here. You see how widely they're fanned out, right? Sure, they could continue to fan out, but we are at a point of resistance. This could be the area where they start to reclaim. So what I would like to see is price to eventually start to reclaim all these moving averages. The blue 50, recover the 100, and start seeing those areas. We start turning this little sucker around. Right now, we're just looking for a bottom area. Looks like she's trying to start on the 4 hour. Looks like we're trying to start. So let's just take a deep breath. Realize that our indicators are floored out. They have dumped us hard. This is definitely not the place, in my personal opinion, to go short. If you're looking for a short, you want to get a bounce up, and if you see us making a higher low, well, maybe you want to go short. But short support, well, usually gets you wrecked. Just got to throw that out there for the people that need to hear that. Let's take a look at Avalanche. We did Arrow, we did Ping, we did Redo right there, Resistance Dog. Oh man, I took the wrong one. We'll go ahead and do Avalanche. How about the one on Binance? Oh snap, you lost your levels, you suck. They've all lost their levels today, looks like. Oh no, you went below my target. You're at $31? Coming down from about 36. Should we zoom out? Make sure we're not missing anything. Yeah, all that stuff is probably shot. Let's clear her out. Take a good old look here. Oh, nice trend line. Lucy's down there. 666 moving average, 800 moving average, hanging around the bottoms there. Possibility we could come there, retest that trend line, especially if things stay bearish like they are. I would be looking for that target. 786 is down here. We could recover from here. We really could. And our 618, what we're working on possibly losing at the moment. We can bounce back. We can still bounce back. We can wick below it and recover. So a 618 bounce would be great. But coming down about 2690, somewhere through there could also be on the radar. Pattern wise, I mean, you're hoping for a falling wedge. They have actually a 68% chance to break to the upside. They do. A lot of influencers use that for everything. Taking a measured move from this one, just do the basic method there. Wherever we break out, kind of takes us back up. About 786 retracement on the fibs. If you're looking at fibs, about $51 if we get the breakout. We don't have a breakout, so we're not going to be calling or looking for that until we do, and then we will apply it appropriately, and then hopefully nail that little target, because we like to nail targets here. We'd like to try anyway. All right, so kind of what I'm seeing out of AVAX, $26 is horrible. 32 needs to hold. It really needs to hold. We're below 32. Let's check out the 4 hour just to kind of see how she's feeling right now. How you feeling? You doing okay? So 800, 600, 300 on the 4 hour. They're still good. They're getting tired, but we did drop below it. Barely retested it. We're hoping we recover that. Last thing we want is for all these guys to flip the script and go bearish, because that would be bad. Right now it's still a little hopeful that we can get ourselves out of it. Finding support on the bottom of this trend line here. Let's check out a few other little metrics here that might let us know if we're possibly in a bottom area. Yes, we're really close. Really close. Could possibly go a wee bit lower. Maybe. Let me put that one out. Let me check another little idea here. And you're at that one right now. You are at the one right now. And that's a beautiful one. Can you bounce there? So she's tapping right now, or she just tapped the bottom target that I would have for this leg, for this move. She just did that. So there's a chance we could recover from here. It can come up and roll over, and then we can start working. I mean, we got to be aware of those ideas, right? But if we can, usually these are bottom areas and we start working our way back up, at least partially up. And then if we go deeper, we'll roll over from, around this area. A 382 fib, somewhere through there. So let's see, this one's kind of looking a little suspect. But they always do right before they start, catching their bottoms. They'll probably go sideways a little bit, and then we'll try to work on trying to bounce. We'll look for any kind of bottoming signs there, patterns. And here we are on the 15-minute. Looking like we're trying to get a little bounce started from this area. Now, she didn't perfectly touch her 618 and went off that area. I may be off a little bit on my pulls. Didn't quite touch that area, but trying to bounce. She may roll over. We're just trying to look for the early signs of bottoms right now. Here on the 15, you got the green dot. Man, RSI is buried in the red there. That's crazy. It's crazy. They really just tried to give us a good old going over this weekend. All right, let's take a look at Solana. Solana on Binance. Take a look at the... Ooh, boy, where are you at now? 210? I'm still looking about 202 in those areas. From where I looked at charts earlier today, that was a target, I remember. This one, look, the 100, what are we on the daily? The 100 cross bullshit over the 360 moving average. I got the bigger ones up there. I still like those targets. These guys are confusing me, so I'm going to get these guys off right now. And I'll leave those up there. I think those are still good. We can check on those in a little bit. So 9 is working on trying to kamikaze on that 21. That's a little concerning, but I do like the 100 crossing over that. We bounced out the 200. Might we come back and touch it? I don't think we'll actually touch the 200. I really don't. I could be totally wrong, and maybe there'll be a really bearish day tomorrow or something. But we could. Maybe we could. I mean, it's on the table, but that's a nice wick there. Nice support. I think we would probably do a 786 or 886 retracement. We're probably looking for a deep retracement. And so essentially, I mean, in the probably makes more sense on the smaller time frame, that trend line. And basically what you're going to see me do is on the local fibs that I'm pulling from the local swing lows to swing highs. Make sure I get my fibs dialed in there. And I'm basically going to be eyeballing these 786 and 886 retracements. We catch them there. I mean, and it can be a slow reversal there because they've been drove down so hard. But I will tell you this, kind of refreshing myself with Thomas Bukowski lately, and he was talking about how when you get these big moves down like that, especially when it comes to the fibs and things, these retracements down here, you get some of your biggest bounces from those areas, or your measured moves. Like if we were to do this from down that area, it is most likely to play out for the full length, then bouncing from some of these other areas. So that's an interesting idea. When you get these big retracements, it may take a little while to get there, but they're more likely to meet their upward target when you do get these big ass retracements. So that's a positive. Staying positive. Here on the daily, 800, 600, 300, 200, and 100. They're all gorgeous. The only one that's not playing ball are the price action in the smaller time frames, which technically have not flipped bearish yet. Have they? Now, wait a minute. What we got here? I think I read this one wrong though, didn't I? I said the 100's crossing the 3. That's not the 360. That's the 50. That's a bearish cross right there. Sorry, I had to zoom in there and see that. That's kind of a little iffy sign. So that could push us. That could push us to the 200. Honestly, that could be what triggers us to go down and talk to the 200 there at 184 for Solana. Ooh, that would be steep. That would take a couple of days to get there, in my personal opinion, though. It could be on the table. It may not be on the table. That's an 886 retracement there. We don't have to do it. We don't have to do it. But we might. 4 hour, however, we got Lucy trying to test her. Good chance. And 800's down here close to 195, so... Short term, I'd be looking around this area. If we don't bounce from here where we are. 198, 196 area, the 800 moving average coming in, but the Fibonacci target we got would be 196. Also in this channel idea, bottom of the channel, it just makes sense. We could be going there. We could, and hopefully bounce. We'll just have to see. I hate to be I hate charting on days like today because it's just, everything just looks sad. Taking a look at IMX, and all we can do is just try to look for areas that can find support. Oh, you dirty Sanchez, you just wiped it all over her face. Oh, man. Freaking dirty Sanchez. Well, that sucks. So the possible... Nothing ever happened there. She got rejected. That's why you don't call these things. It's not even a head and shoulders. It's more like an ascending triangle. Could you? And that's where I was expecting her to go, right there, 125. I wouldn't. I guess I wouldn't expect her to go higher. I'll put my little arrow there. Let's see. I don't think you matter anymore. I don't think that these matter anymore. We made a lower low, and that sucks. We're going to zoom out now. This is our recent bottom. We could come down there. That would suck. That would suck a lot. Let me play with the little fib magic here and see if we can come up with something here. You lost your 886. You tried. That was 886. You're going lower. She did make a higher high, and now she's making a lower low. We're kind of in an expanding channel. Possibly, or just a right angle. Comes all the way back to retest what we did. Oh man, that was August? Oh, I hadn't really realized that a lot of these coins are hitting their August lows again. Oh, that sucks. I remember that, man. My portfolio was, ooh, she was hurting. It's about double from where it is now, and we're back there on altcoins, so I must have done something right on managing them. But they are looking a little shaky right now. They're definitely showing some signs of hey man, we want to make it. I don't like that. It's just sad. It's sad. Making a higher high, we shouldn't really be looking at making a lower low, and we want to keep this one in mind. We made a lower low from this one. We can probably, live through that one. Making a lower low from here, that might change things a little bit. Let's hope it doesn't happen. It doesn't have to happen. It doesn't, but we got to talk about it, right? We got to talk about it. All right, zoom the freak out. Look on the bigger picture. Didn't we do that first? All this stuff is... We're going to have to do all this if we're... Maybe, but I don't mind you're doing it. I like to keep things fresh. All right, this is our main trend line. Could go as low as 82, maybe. We need to get a double bottom here. That would be awesome. IMX, looking as bad as everything else. This looks to me like a harmonic pattern, and this could be a type 2 return, and that would be an argument for your kind of a for your local double bottom kind of situation here. You can be looking for a bounce here, and I will keep saying that. Just don't give up on it possibly bouncing soon in the areas that they're at right now. And I know sometimes that red dot on Market Cipher, if you're looking at Market Cipher or VMC, it can be scary. It can, but they can do green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot. We can look green dot or red dot, green dot. They play the stoplight game, red light, green light a lot. So just keep an eye. We have to watch. But I understand the fear in the market. And let's come back to the chat real quick and see what you guys are. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, now are we dropping to a new low? Now we got half saying yes and half saying no. Now it was 70%. Now it's kind of chilled out. Now I'm confused. Now I don't know what to think. Question is, what happens if it goes negative? If that's directed at me, I don't know what we're talking about. I have to be a little bit more specific because I come back to the chat a little bit late. I'm sorry, but I do. Let's see what we got. Ando Pancho says, amazing breakdown. Oh, I'm glad that resonated with you. I hope that I can explain things that make sense and not to be too silly and not be too ambitious, or just tell you what's possible, what I see on the chart. Try not to let bias come in. Sometimes my bias comes in too. I try to catch it and announce it if I do. Ando, yeah, Ando's on here. I got Ando. Okay, I've already seen all this. He skipped Pi coin. We got it on our list now. So I don't know how to answer a question because I can't understand the context, but you can ask again. Dylan VA says, if anybody would like to learn more crypto, don't forget to check out Trade Intuition. He does stream every day. Metamong Thornton is moonding a goodbye. Thought about getting a bag, and they have the Coinbase listing, so is that. Did I add to my? I think I added to my bag because it was down so much. It's probably down even more. So, well, here we're on the daily. I'm sure that it is. She's got a new lower low in. All this stuff is gone. All right, we're going to do it. You can't. I don't think you are. I don't think you are. Oh, you're right.
I believe it will be, but we just need more time to see. I know how you want it now, but we must slow down.
You keep coming up negative numbers. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Don't do that much of move. Don't come up a negative number. That's not good. That's no bueno. Take this last high, and the measure move has got us down there. Maybe. For measure moves, maybe we can find something there. We'll come to the smaller time frame and see if we're getting a reaction. Ichimoku Cloud does not look impressed, though. I'm just telling you. Oh man, I'm not seeing a good cloud on a lot of these guys. All right, so I want to pull some fib magic and we'll try to find some bottom here. Oh snap! You're not even in the concept right there. Let's go from wicks to candle bodies to candle tops. That looks like what we're doing right here. It is squeezing to a falling wedge. And these normally break out about 75% of the way into the pattern. Rule of thumb. This one hasn't. It's went all the way to the end. They could get tricky at the end. But we should be seeing something happen very, very soon here. I'm on the daily. So now let's come down to the smaller time frame, like the 4 hour. Anything good promising here? No, there's not. Non-moving average rolled over and negatively crossed that one again. That sucks. So it does look like we're trying to come down a little bit. Probably trying to stair step our way down here. So let's see if we can hold about 8.2. We're at 8.9 now. That might be an area that might hold. The deepest area that I've got that I'm comfortable throwing out right now would be about 4.7 cents. Gee, if my altcoin prediction is going to come true, we need to start bottoming out pretty soon, or else I'm going to look stupid. It's Saturday night. We got Sunday. CME will open up CME futures on Bitcoin will open up about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 or 5 tomorrow. And that's usually when we start seeing a play in the market and seeing some things starting to move there. On into Monday morning when US Open comes. But if you can bounce from this, it could be very cool. We'll take a Bukowski measured move for this little guy here. We don't have a breakout to apply it, but we can pretend. And it takes us back up to the 618. That's kind of normal for a steep falling wedgie. And that would be great if we can go back up to 46 cents. I'm sure you guys would be tickled to death because let's give you some hopium. The measure move for this falling wedge actually gets hit. And I mean, you got some other arguments to go with too. You can also do this guy there. Could go to 65. That sounds a little bullish. We won't do that right now. But it's possible once we start seeing how things go, maybe it turn around. We don't have the signs that it will not be a straight up shot. And everything else is saying it's going to have to fight its way up there. It'll probably be, since it came all the way down to the bottom of the pattern, it may be a lackluster breakout. I'm just saying, it may be, just kind of ranging around here before she goes up on Moonding. More than likely we'll see that. But it does give you hope that this area up here, 46 cents, could be hit. Now, if you're buying at the bottom, adding to your bags, there's your 5x right there. So is it beneficial to add here? We're at new lows or something. If it's got, it's a meme coin. For specifics, I'd probably be questioning the community. Is it still got a good community? Still hopeful? They still engaging? Still doing some stuff on Twitter, X, Telegram, and all that stuff? If so, we still got community support. Yeah, that probably would be a good place. As a lottery ticket, definitely a place to start. DCA would be your friend if you're trying to do spot on these things. If you're trying to do leverage plays on these things, well, it's kind of a shaky area to do anything heavy leverage. Maybe you could start out 1-2x. You don't want to do too much on altcoins, but if things start going in your direction, you can raise the leverage, and it helps you pull out more of your capital that you can use for other things, or even build this bag bigger if you know how to play the leverage. But if you start out small, I'm finding that that's more helpful. I have much better luck now when I start out small and then I increase my leverage. That's what I've been doing lately, and it's been helping, except for the last trade I got into. I forgot to switch it, so I got stuck with my high leverage stuff again, or higher. You always have to remember to switch your leverage. I forgot. But what I do find, and I don't know, maybe you guys, if you're having trouble with things getting out of hand sometimes with leverage, I found that really helps dial it in. Just go really small. Go as small as you can on your leverage, and then you can always increase it if things go in your favor. And if it doesn't go in your favor, well, you're not losing that big of a percentage. You got better control of your risk management, in my personal opinion. That's what I found. Just trying to share it with you. All right, let's take a look at Link. How's Link doing? Chainlink over on 36 people hanging out. Thank you so much. Let's check out Binance here. Ooh, Snapdragon, what's happening to you, baby? You getting you're holding this line so far pretty decently. Moving averages, bigger ones still look good. 100's above the 200. So chops. Falling wedge breakout, retested the breakout, retested several times. Oh man, okay, let's zoom out. These are still good so far. So we've got a new trend line, about a 45-degree angle. We can give it a little playroom. Got a 100 average just kind of mirroring it there. So let's drag this down. We lost the 50, so the 100 moving average would be our next one that we look for. That's also about $20 right there for Chainlink. Not bad. As long as she doesn't go down to 11 or something, we're cool. That's also at our 0.5 Fibonacci's. If we lose we're still on the 382 though. I need to mark that. We're still on the 382. That can still be a strong move. Just depends on how bullish or bearish the market in general gets, right? Whether we hit the lower areas or not. Chainlink's showing some good strength in my personal opinion here. So if we can bounce off the green line here, let's put where is that? And we're below it now, but if we regain it and start closing candles there and hold that area, we can go a nice move out of this one. It's just a little blip. I mean, I like that we break out of this, and we could come down to 20 and bounce off of there and still be, doing okay. Still get a nice move. So we got those ideas for chain link. That's nice. Flagging above a flag. That's usually a good thing. I don't see enough to tell me that this is a good. Well, maybe it's still a steep channel. There's a lot of gap. We can probably have a more mature channel at some point. So let's. I don't know. That's not. We don't even have. Oh, I got a wick there. That's what I was trying to say. You don't even have a line there. I do. I got a wick. That's how I got that angle. There is some resonance there, so there's something. I just don't know if it's the best one or not. Let's check out XRP. XRP still doing good. Just higher highs and hopefully a higher low. Looks like we might be losing the steep ass trend line finally. Maybe not. So the first things when we're drawing our trend lines, we're going candle bodies to candle bodies mostly, and there can be some wickages through there. But notice this one came down a little more. I think it even hit our. I think we nailed that target there. We got the arrow pointing to it. But that was kind of a sign of weakness, saying, well, next time that we come down to it, it may not hold, and now it's not. It looks like it may not be holding, or it could still be a wick. It could still be a wick. Ichimoku Cloud, she might go for it. She could also still be good if we come down to the 50 moving average. Moving average theory, it would have us going down here, but with if we take a measure move just from here on a trend line measure move, not a channel measure move, a trend line measure move. If we actually break that, then that's got us coming down to the 100 moving average, and that's confluence, and that could play to what, 196 for XRP. That would be substantial drop. That would be a lower low from. Oh no, it wouldn't. It would still be within range. That's an idea. Let's see. If I go from candle bodies to candle bodies, I'm going to look for some areas of support here. There's some strong support right here, though. There's some strong support about 262. I don't think we need this guy anymore at the moment. It's kind of making it look confusing. I don't really need this guy at the moment because I like to remove anything that's kind of looking a little confusing. Let's make that green for support. That could hold as support. .382's down here for the whole move. 0.5 is down here where we got confluence, measure move, and all that stuff. We can look, and 230 might also hold if we can't hold this area at 262. So I'm going to paint these guys orange. Because I'm not saying, oh man, definitely buy here. I'm going to say watch these areas and see if it starts, if we start making higher highs from here, start showing a sign the trend is changing on smaller time frames, we might have something. I do like the Ichimoku Cloud. Ichimoku Cloud looks like she's ready to do some business. Moving averages look beautiful. The bigger moving, because they're all in perfect order, so it makes sense that we might come down and test them, and the 50 would be the first one we look for at 263. For XRP, although we do have the measure move down here to 196. I'm going to make that one green. A lot of times these measure moves will, especially a short one like that, we might see it. If we did, we could still bounce from it. Well, this one? Oh, well. This was the measurement right here, right? All right. Let's take a look at Caspa. How long have we been going? An hour 29? We're doing pretty good. Actually, I've covered a lot of coins. I still haven't done Pi. We did. I think we did Solana, right? I don't think we've done Cardano. We did Link, XRP. We're doing Caspa. Okay, I still got a couple more I see to go. Ondo, VVV. Let's get Caspa. How about MEXC? How about you? I want something that shows me volume. Got falling volume, falling price. So she's been. I mean, for the dump that we had out of this market, Caspa's actually kind of holding pretty good, holding that 12-cent area. I'm not crazy about. I'm not. I don't like this part of the cloud though. Show me some green. Show me some green, Caspa. Good lord, we don't need you coming down too much. We got the range tool on here, and I think it's a great little thing. Caspa's in the range. She's in the range, and it's suggested that maybe 11.11 cents in that area. 11.1 cents. We got Lucy coming in, which we've not really touched Lucy yet here on the daily. We might do it. She's coming in somewhere around 10.6. That of course will gradually come up or something as we start coming down the meter or something like that. So it changes, but we could come down and visit those areas. It's a general rule. So far, we've still got overall higher lows. Lower high, that sucked. And we've not made a lower low yet, but it could be coming. It could be. Let's go ahead and let's put our little line here for the volume area low.
I can feel you staring. Is this something that you like?
So we got that 11.2, 11.1 cent area right there.
You coming closer, baby,
And we're right at the point of control and trying to determine if we're going to lose it or keep it.
I wanna put up a fight. Tiny mountain Crytpo, show us who you really are.
I can't really make a call. It's even on. I mean, there's some bullish crosses and bearish crosses going on. They kind of cancel each other out. It's a little bit neutral in my personal idea, and that doesn't help. Smaller time frames. Yeah, they need some help. That's not looking the greatest here on the 4-hour either, as far as moving out. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not. They've totally flipped. They flipped. The bigger ones are flipped now. The smaller ones, choppy. Oh man, gosh, chop. Okay, so I guess we're going to be testing this about 11.8. See if that will hold. It looks like that, and maybe drop down 11.2. Let's see if those areas hold. It held before, and we made a nice higher high. We just need to make a higher low than what we got here at 10.7. So far, we've done that, and we've got consistent higher lows. And technically, we made a higher high than we did over here, so we shouldn't. Or if we do, we don't want to see below 11.7. If we do, then yeah, definitely be looking for these areas. But if we can catch in this area, maybe even catch where we're at now. I don't see a sign of it. Nope. Not really. Nope. No. Oh gosh, you still want to come down? Oh geez, stop it! Stop being so bearish. Well, that's cool. 360 crossed 800. That made me a little hopeful. This is just jump chop tonight. Jump chop. Let's check out VVV. This is Vintage Token on Coinbase. Snap, you cheap now. She's trying to double bottom here. What time frame? 15 minute. Too small. Too big. Wow. So Eric Voorhees put this out, right? Some rounding below the 9 on the 12-hour. Starting to get some other moving averages in here on the 1 hour. See what we got. Ichimoku Cloud is not happy, but there's some slight rounding. You can see it on the inside, how it's curving around like that, and that's a good sign. That's a good sign. It's just it's so subjective to try to draw these things. I don't really like to try to do it. I'll leave this here and maybe it will hold. Ichimoku Cloud does not look happy at all. Ichimoku Cloud looks like she wants to take it down. All right, so the 1 hour, we're starting to get a green candle happening, and what I want to see on the 1 hour is to gain that 9 moving average, regain that 9 moving average, and we got some hope for some upside. Regain the 9, regain the 21. That gives us a chance. That should be starting to make higher highs, and then we can work on higher lows. But man, this looks. I don't like that. I don't like this. Maybe she can thicken up, but that looks a little concerning right now. You're at a possible nice bottom area. If we continue going down, I'm going to be looking at 354 out of this guy.
Gift of your tongue. Take a moment and look all around you. I don't want you caught off guard or alarmed when I come for you. I want
Oh yeah, that's cool. So we're at a 1618. We're at a 2618. 2618 comes in there too. I've got lots of confluence for us hitting this one 360. I know it looks like she's hopeful and trying to double bottom here. She's tried to do that several places and it failed. This one may fail one more time. We may hit 352. We're going to pinch the tip. If the time things work out, this would be tomorrow about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it wants to happen that way. So it could happen a little earlier, but it looks like give us let's see what we happen in the next day or so. But this, oof. I was a little concerned, but great times to DCA. DCA it could be your friend right now. Let's check out Ondo. Ondo on perpetual futures. Let's try to get spot. I like to try to get spot. Unless you specifically ask me. Here we are trying to leave our little probably juicy accumulation zone, buy zone area. Whoa man, why is this chart so messy? We have not made a lower low yet, and 618 is down there, but we can't see what's going on. And it looks like I pulled this fib from a long time ago. I haven't been on this particular chart in KuCoin in a while. Looks like in a minute. Looks like. Oh, let's see. Let's go to the old daily. We're at a 100 moving average, and we've been respecting it for a minute. Ooh, this is cool. This one actually looks interesting. All right, 9 moving average on the daily has crossed over the 21, meaning we can come back up here to 140. We got to reclaim the 50. We kind of lost that one. Bouncing off of here. All right, so moving average strategy, we bounce off of, we did go back to the 50. And then we come back. Lost that one, lost this one. We might test the 100 again. We might. If it loses the 100 for any reason, we'd be looking at the 200. That's about $1. But this cloud looks kind of interesting. It looks inviting, like we might have a chance to start moving into it. We see ourselves starting to move into the red cloud. There's a good chance that we're going to go sideways a little bit until it pops us out on the other side. So I welcome a big thick cloud. I don't welcome the little thin ones or ones that are kind of thin and pointing down. Though those are not on our side. Those are not helpful for us. But the ones that are kind of thick, like a big cloud hanging above our heads a little bit, and we're getting close to it, those are helpful. Those are helpful. So we're in kind of hopefully choppy range here. Let's pull our fib. It looks like about a 618. Yes, 618 held. May come back and retest that. It could double bottom over here, doing this, and then go up in that. So that's an idea. It could see 119. If we lose that, 91 according to the fibs, that'd be retesting this area over here where we broke out, and that would kind of suck. Have to come all the way back. But we never had a retest of this area over here. We never had a retest of it, and a lot of times with these bottom channels we got, whether you look at them as inverted head and shoulders or however you want to look at them, they're still going to be a bottom, a rectangle or a channel. I mean, they just are, and they get a good chance to come back and retest. So we got to put this one on the table too. So this area about 91 cents. If the market gets really bearish, we could see it. We could see it, but we don't have to. We don't have to.
When you come deeper in, you'll find more than you seek. Blue
No, that's not. Another idea would be to come back here, just right above that 200 moving average area, about 107. That we lost our line here.
If you never tried, or even as wide, you'll always be far away from here.
I'm just going to repull that. That is being resistance. That sucks. Oh, you're respecting that angle, though. You really are respecting that angle. This has got to be one of the better ones that I've seen tonight that has a possibility, you know, that hasn't been, it's still in an upward trend. It's still in an upward trend, higher highs and higher lows. It's still looking positive. Wow, you're stronger than I expected you to be,
And buckle down, keep
Ondo. I really thought people would be kind of
everybody's looking for you.
thinking about trying to sell out of you right now. Or capitulating with you. I'm kind of impressed.
In your own town, they're trying to chase you out.
Looks like we had a channel with a break, with a fake out. Because that seems to be respecting very well for the channel idea.
Yeah, you look a little thin, I bet you run quick. Reach down
This would be our little half mark there. So that's a little confluence too. We want to come back to this little area here.
for the count
618 Fibonacci 119
now.
might happen. We could just bounce here too. I'm on the day. Let's come down to the 4 hour, see if we can get any signs that we're crossing 100, crossing the 200 moving average. That's bullish. Bullish, I say. 200, 100, 50, 21. That's bullish. That's bullish. We just got a little sell off right here. Where's the volume? Look at that volume. That sell off. All that volume coming for that sell off there. Yeah, they selling hard. And is it lightening up? I can't see because they always want to put these little things there with the news. Ondo keeps key breakout. That was 7 days ago. That's out of here. Yay! Ondo token unlock January 2016, 18th of January. Token unlock. Well, that's old news. Ondo Finance funding rates signals greed among investors. This was January 16th. Sign of strength. Well, apparently not enough. It did make higher highs. Technically, right now, we got a higher low. Looks like about an 886 retracement if she wants to try to respect the move from here. She's at a great place to do it on the 4 hour. So I'm not going to dismiss the local fibs because they can play out good. Okay, are you respecting us on a smaller time frame? In 1 hour does not look like it gives a crap about that. It does not. The 15-minute looks like it might think about it. Wow. The sentiment is really bearish today. I mean, it really is. I mean, I think it's more from the players and
Your poison is sweet. You can take me
amazing.
however
You just lost your 9 moving average again on this time frame. On the 1 minute, totally reversed here. We could be coming down. We could be. Another day in crypto on the weekend. Keeping Chief says, burning some watermelon. These watermelons flower is super tasty.
Sounds cool.
Right, okay, where's all the cash going? Well, if I had to guess, I would say a lot of it's going into Bitcoin since it just keeps going up and up on dominance. So Bitcoin's getting more and more of the market share from 58% to 59.63% over the last few days here. So it looks like people sold out their altcoins and said, hey, I'm going to get me in some of the Bitcoins. That's one explanation. And probably cash. Check out USDC dominance is going up, so people are going into stablecoin, especially USDC. I think a lot of exchanges starting to switch over to that. Here's USDC and, well, shoot, that was on the daily, wasn't it? For maybe I just had my thing skewed. So for the past couple of weeks since December, people have been taking some profits. Looks like, or also minting some of this too. Some of it's been minted. There's been a lot of this been minted lately too. Remember, that was in the news. There's been a lot of new Tether minted or USDC minted in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Several times that we saw on Layer GG News. Market cap for USDT dominance starting to go up. That sucks. That looks like a nice little bottom. So if she starts going up a lot, that's not good. She made a lower low. Still, that's trying to make a double bottom pattern here. It's usually not a good sign when we see Tether dominance starting to go on the upside. We don't want her to go up here and make a real big double bottom. We kind of like her to keep falling. But when you zoom out and look at this one, she's been on this bottom area for a while. So this used to be one of the metrics that we look at to kind of help you clue for the top of Bitcoin and things like that. But now there's a lot of stuff. I don't think it's a good measure of that right now. But used to how I would read this chart, bouncing off here, and then Bitcoin would drop. So all these bottom, these were the tops of Bitcoin whenever we started going up through here. I'm hoping that is not a real sign anymore. I mean, because they're getting away from Tether. It doesn't have the influence that it used to. They're trying to move everything over to USDC, especially here in the US. So I'm curious, but she's got the green dot on the weekly saying she wants to go up. The BRICS nations I know are supporting Tether. I like Tether. I usually keep mine in Tether on Binance Chain. It's cheap. I think it only costs like a few pennies to move it over there. And CoinEx and BitUnix accept USDT on Binance Chain, so I like that. Let's take a look at Pi Network. And I guess we'll look at BitMart. $43? I didn't know. This is not the one up. $43? I thought this one was... Really? Did something change? Did they burn tokens or something? Because I thought they used to have a lot. I thought this one was like in the pennies. This is the social network thing, right? I didn't know she was that much. What happened here? She has all these wicks. We're talking about getting to $80. Wow. She made it higher lows. And a crazy wick that kind of threw things off. If it wasn't for that wick, it would have been higher highs and higher lows. On an upward trend here, I mean, it's technically a bearish pattern, but I mean, they can break up to the upside and everything else too. Could be a possible triple bottom scenario trying to play out. It looks pretty good on we're on the weekly. 9 is above the 21. That may change, but so far so good. Okay, interesting. Let's go to the dailies, check it out. 200 moving average, 360. That looks decent. It looks like we can bounce through here. I'm just going to, take these wicks in consideration, and we'll just put it down here. She might come down and see 42.20. It's just less than $1 cheaper than what she is now, and then bounce on up. It's been holding since December. Can still hold. I don't see any signs why it should lose it exactly. Ichimoku Cloud looks a little suspect, but she do that. She get like that sometime. Red dot on the daily. That was from a couple of days ago, it looks like, and it hasn't dumped us just yet. Let's go back and take a look at Bitcoin here on a smaller ass time frame real quick. Let's see if I can get my well, wait, look at this one. This was with the range tool, right? 91,000 point of control coming in at 96. I think we looked at that earlier. One thing I did think was interesting, you turn on Market Cipher A, and where was it? Was it the 4 hour? It was these guys right here. Here on the 1 hour, we got the Manipulation X going on the 1 hour, so that they like to drop. According to Crypto Face, you look for a series of 4 or 5 of these in a row, and you usually get a little bounce. And here was an instance where we had 4 in a row, and then we bounced. So there seems to be some truth to that. Here we just had 2 in a row. And this can vary on different time frames. You see it a lot on the smaller time frames too. You'll see a lot more X's a lot of times. Here we got the Blood Diamond on the 24 minute, giving us a little push to the downside. Yeah, I had one over here. We came down and went up. If you look at it in this perspective, as you know, we dropped 2.4%. Don't get tired. And also about 2.4% here. Might that be something to consider? I hope so. We need a bounce. We need a bounce. Are you an 886? Yeah, you should be. I try to color code my lines so I know what they are. And no, you're not. You're not on this move anyway. You are a 786 area on that one. It may have been from a different. Hell, maybe I got lazy. I don't know and didn't do it right. Didn't color code it or something. Let's see, 98,820 for another possible lower target. If this, you know, we don't bounce from here, and maybe if we roll over, it could come into play. Looks like we're starting to get a little bit of a bouncy. I like that idea. Come on, Bitcoin, give us a bounce. Let's come back and check on the 6 minute time frame. Oh, look, here we got 1, 2, 3. Was there any more? 1, 2, 3 over here. That makes 6 here. On the 6 minute time frame, I think we were looking at an inverted head and shoulder on the minute. That's a positive. Was it? And we were. Where's the chart I had? I'm looking for my COINEX one. That's one of the main ones I've been kind of. What'd I do with you? That's Kraken. Hey, my Kraken. That's Binance. This is Mexi Perpetuals. That's KuCoin. Did I erase it? Coinbase? How did I lose my COINEX chart? That's the main one I've been following. COINEX, there you are. Okay, I gotta turn Market Cipher A off there. We're on the 1 minute chart, ladies and gentlemen. We came down to this little area. Oh, look, the measure move. Nailed it right here. That old measure move. That's not from the other day, is it? Didn't I buy my Bitcoin on this one? So it nailed it. Nailed it! Right here on the COINEX chart. It was a double bottom type situation here. So, well, we got to do something about that. We got to brag about that for the old algorithm for YouTube, because apparently, you know, that's what you got to do to succeed on crypto YouTube is nail it. And brag about it. So we're going to do that. We're going to take a little picture of this and make a little arrow and do our little silliness here. We'll do it very quickly. Post it in the Vandy room, then move on. So measure move, that's what the blue line represents right there. Measure move, if you take your time and apply them correctly. I'm just saying. Because a lot of time, and you know, somebody will have a measure move or whatever, put it wherever it goes, and then I see that they move it. No. Now, if you want to see things happen like that, not that it happens every time, but if you do take times on your measure move, you will see it happen more than not happen. You will have better luck with your measure moves, I believe. It's what I found. I'm just sharing the information. I am no guru. I'm not a guru. I'm not trying to be a guru, not claiming to be a guru. No guru. I'm just a dude just showing what works. The techniques that I found that work for me over these past years I've put together. Ichimoku Cloud looked good here on that 1 minute. Bitcoin, are you through fooling with us? Are you double bottom? You tested it on the 1 minute. It looks like we get higher highs and higher lows. On the 1 minute, it's starting to look nice. Might be the first signs of us turning around. We use the bigger ones to find our areas here of possible bottoms and still looking, right? And maybe we got it. Did we take the picture of it? Let's go post it and let's get this part over with. Vanity wall. There's our last nailed it when we right here. We got 102. That was just trend line on that one. And it was pure luck that I actually put the price tag right there. Okay, and let me clear that up on this one. But it did actually go up there. We're just kind of I think I took a trend line. I just took a trend line. We did the trend line method and I put it there. But still, I mean, there's something to it, but there was a certain degree of luck involved when it comes to the trend line, nailing the trend line too. Let's start. All right, so BTC bottom, nailed it with measured move. All right, there we go. Post that over there. I got it. Good. Let's move on. I don't need any more validation. That's good enough. So good. We're testing the 200 moving average on the 2 hour, and looks like we got a chance to get past it according to Ichimoku Cloud. What are you looking like over here? You kind of topped out there. Ooh. What are you going to do? You going to red dot us? So you going to pull back and then go for it? Maybe. She's above the non-moving average though. Come on, girl. You can do something. We're charting on the 1 minute because we there. Have we got a channel? We do. All right, cool. We can come up to the top of the channel, break back above $100,000. Yeah, let's go, Bitcoin. Let's get back above 100,000. Question is she going to make it past 100.7? Because we got some severe resistance over there. Even on the 1 minute time frame is telling me that. We got Lucy. We got 800, 600, and 300 all flip-flap. They're the wrong direction. So we got a lot of work if we're going to work on switching them even here on the 1 minute. So we could come up to 100 and roll back over and either come back for another double. We could be making a W shape here or rolling over lower. We don't know yet. It's too early to call anything like that. However, the measure moves taken from here, taken with care. We did this at the very start of the stream. We took this measure move here, put it to the breakout, and while we were talking on everything else and I drew the lines, it came down and nailed it. And now we show it on stream just to document it, and hopefully it will stick, but we're not out of the woods yet by any means at all. But that's a good sign. Usually your measure move says, a lot of times that's the end of it, and you start looking for a new pattern idea. Our new pattern idea is this guy, which we could come up and bearishly retest. We're not out of the woods yet. So we still got tonight and tomorrow, but this is good for it right now, and that will probably help our altcoins start showing a little improvement here. Oh, looky there. They're already starting to feel the love on the hour, getting some green coming in. Yay! Yay! Our weave's down at 1388. Lido's at 2. That's pretty good for Lido. Lido's been going up. She was at 242. That's not bad for Lido. Litecoin holding at 116, not at $58, not at $88, not below $100. She's holding good. TIA, so you can do better. You're at 391, but hey, on the daily hours, you've been doing pretty good. So on the daily from 440, 390. Either where in the $3 areas for TIA is probably a pretty good area to start looking at. ICP is down at 822. On the daily, we still got red, but on the hourly, we're getting, some people are starting to look at. Trump is at 21. She got down as low as 18. Looks like it's making higher highs and higher lows. So, how do you guys feeling now? Are you feeling a little bit better? It always feels better when you get some green candles going on, but we're not out of the woods. Not out of the woods. But it's nice to see we're trying. Here on the 6-minute time frame that I normally watch, and that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see for a cloud. Something like this. And the spindly thing here, we could bust up through that, or maybe we come back down and go through the thick. A lot of times we go through the thick. That's a good sign. Still don't know that we'll get past 107 or make it to 101 just yet. Don't know, but we're on a good time to try it after they scared the bejesus out of us on a Saturday night into a Sunday morning. Down one day, usually recover the next. Sometimes let's hope that happens. If you're trying to look for another little local pattern here, you got the bullish megaphone, 70% chance for this little local guy to break to the upside. I can't see it because I got other stuff going on, but still the key areas here at 100, everything's pointing toward 100,000, 740, 750, 745 in that area. Whether we roll over, come back for another bottom, remember these things usually work for a partial decline. It's normally what I look for these patterns, and that means that we could anywhere through here, even up here, roll over, come back and make our partial decline. It levels out usually before the breakout. And that may be what happens here. Not every time, but that's the rule of thumb that we look for with these type of patterns. Let's go back to the chat, see what we're chatting about. Are we starting to looks like the turkey is about done. The turkey feels about done. 2 hours straight. Verify it's me. No. Stop that. Don't do that right now. 2 hours in the stream, it's probably time to... Can't wait till this channel blows up. I've been waiting for 3 years. Hadn't happened yet, but hey, there's always hope, right? Just a matter of time. Maybe another 3 or 4 years. Doing this every night. The other ones are boring. Does that mean I'm not boring? Thank you. Because I feel like I'm boring sometimes. I mean, we're sitting there talking about charts, for God's sakes. Let's talk about nerd stuff and make it interesting. Let's check out our poll again. What we got? Are we dropping to a new low? 60% says yes, 40% says no. We're flip-flopping a little bit. This is leaning a little bit more toward yes. 4 hour stream, let's go. No, let's don't. How's Rep doing? Oh my God, strike out. I actually looked at that the other day when you looked at that. She's not doing as good. Man. I won't tell the story again, but yeah. But the call worked. The trade setup worked, but afterward, I thought I found a 100 extra right there. I did. I felt bad about making that video. I had to go back and retrace my steps. Rep Auger. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We went over quite a few coins. I think I've got them all. We went over Arrow. We went over PNG, Redo. I can't remember what that one. Something dog. It's a meme coin. I think we went over Bonk. I'm pretty sure we did. I didn't check it off. Solana, IMX, Pi, Solana, AVAX, Avalanche, Cardano, Link, XRP, Caspa, VVV, Ondo. And I'm sure there were a few other random ones in there for maybe super chats or something too. I think we did. No, I think that was yesterday or earlier stream. So we went over several, and hopefully we're starting. We're getting a little bit of amounts here on support. Hopefully it takes, and maybe we won't be as scared tomorrow. But this is something routine that does happen in crypto, and they try to scare us out of the market, especially weekends. They know that retail is vulnerable on weekends and get scared and make stupid decisions, sell out, and they're like, oh man, I sold the bottom again. You got to chase it to build that bag back up, and they love to do that. And I'm just holding tight. I'm holding tight. If it's the wrong thing, you're right thing. We'll find out soon enough. That's the play. I took the measures I needed a couple weeks ago to kind of safeguard my positions, and so far that's been the good choice. It wasn't very much, but it's just all I needed to get balanced out. So for spot margin, I think I'm good. And in spot bags, we just got to ride it out, right? Leverage, you got to watch your ass. But guys, trade carefully. Has Chart School been up there the whole night? I didn't know that. I didn't know I still had that up. Chart School, 8 p.m. Thursday nights, Eastern Standard Time. For the $3 membership area in the group if you're interested in that. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. 23 of you still here. See you tomorrow. Sean, take us to the end screen. Sean? Did he fall asleep? Habib? Thank you.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze every word that comes out is a lie. Make you look like you're so ice. You won't make
Reps over $1 for real?
if you gotta know
Wow, I'm gonna have to look at it. Let me take it.
it was fine, never mind. Unpredictable. Fade eye of the ground,
Cracking at it, right?
you will stop, blow it out like supernova.
Oh my gosh. They went up to $1.19. I'm on a small ass time. Oh my gosh.
Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wife know you're begging for my notice?
Honestly, Rep looks like it's. Oh my gosh. We're backing up. We're backing up for a minute.
For those of you that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you.
I swear to you, I believe this is a totally dead project, but it looks like she is rounding out here support at $1. Go figure that out. That's crazy. I think, was this the one? Was it July 20? No. Was it 23? I think this was the play. Was that it? I can't remember. I thought we were around $1 back then. Maybe it was over here. This probably is it. It was probably this play. Why'd I have you? Well, I can't remember. But that's interesting. It almost looks like it's trying to recover on the daily. That's crazy. Personally, I've got no faith that she's partial decline. I will look into this project and see maybe they're trying to bring it back to life or something. I can't understand. Or maybe it's just, degens trying to trade it. Well, that's interesting. Well, thanks for bringing that up, Striga. I thought maybe you were trolling me. She's actually trying to do something. Maybe. Good night, everybody.
Come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Hey, Grizz. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Every word that comes out is a lie. Make you look like you're so
You guys take care.
You won't make it to the finish.
Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. See y'all in the next one. Hey, thanks, Dan.
You was fine, never mind. Unpredictable.
Yeah, keep going. Oh, turkey's got to sleep sometime.
No one. You will stop, blow it out like supernova.
Good night, everybody.
Time, hit my heart.
Have a good one. Or good morning for some of you in some parts of the world. Thanks for being here with me.
Basic bullets, with no bullets.
I'm out for real this time.